Hey everybody, welcome back to White's Wondrous Minecraft World. I believe it's episode 103, something like that. We're way up there in the episode numbers, and thank you all so much for all your support so far. But today's episode is not going to be a very eventful one. I have some things I want to talk about that relate to me, or that relate to the channel, all that kind of stuff. Nothing bad, I would say. But today's going to be a very talkative episode, so if you guys don't like talkative episodes, I'm sorry. I wasn't really sure what else to do this episode, and I'll get into that in just a minute. And there's a lot of things around here that need to get done that I've been kind of procrastinating on. So I figured, you know what, let's just get them done in a very talkative episode. So you can see it's a lot of hidden lighting. I think I've done this before in an episode. Done a bunch of hidden lighting like that, and bone meal, which we're going to use. We're going to start over here, actually, with the bone meal, and then go from there. But, so you guys may be wondering what exactly I have to talk about, and if you read the title, you will probably understand. What I have to talk about today is about inconsistency, specifically solving inconsistency, my inconsistency with the videos I've been putting up on the channel, the frequency of them and whatnot, and what I can do differently to fix it. The reason I'm talking about this is because there are some things I want to get some feedback from you guys on. And also, if you guys, any of you out there, are very inconsistent on YouTube and have been wanting to become much more consistent, maybe some tips and tricks that I go through in this video may help you guys. Probably won't, because I'm not the best example of this, but maybe it will. And if I can help one of you guys, that'll be pretty good. So, what exactly do I mean by, I've been inconsistent recently? Well, as you guys can probably tell by this past week, I think I only uploaded 2 videos. And we're trying to get on that thing of, uploading daily. And that hasn't been happening. I missed a single-player video last week. I missed what else did I miss? I missed an ATLYSS video as well. I missed a lot of stuff. And I haven't even been doing other games on the channel. Like, what a derp. Good job, White. You've been doing great. Fabulous. No, actually, I haven't been doing that bad. But it's been bothering me that I haven't been able to, or really gotten into the groove of uploading other games to the channel and becoming extremely consistent with my videos. It's been really bugging me. And kind of, I think my problem right now is that I haven't been working very hard. I mean, I work hard on videos whenever I actually do work on them, but I've been doing a lot of things that aren't work related in terms of YouTube. I've been doing a lot of grindy work, which is good in the health of the world and moving things along and whatnot. But in terms of uploading, it shouldn't hold me back from uploading videos, if you know what I'm saying. It should be something I should do in between videos, but still be able to get videos out on time. And I haven't really done that, which is really bad. I'm always someone, and the best advice I've gotten on YouTube, which I say this numerous times, is be consistent. And I don't feel like I've really done that. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't been uploading videos a couple times a week, but I haven't been consistent to the point that I want to be at. And some of you may be saying, "Oh, White, you're fine. You're not doing anything wrong." Well, not doing anything wrong. That's not what I meant. But you're doing okay. You're not doing terrible. You should lighten up on yourself. But I would disagree. I am not happy with how I've been handling YouTube as of late. It seems like I did a lot better during the school year. I think I was a lot more motivated during the school year for some reason. I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't be motivated right now, right? There's no reason. But I think part of my motivation problems is sort of this series. And why may I be saying that, you may ask? Well, I've been thinking a lot about this series lately. I'm not stopping it. No, that's not happening. Just no. That's definitely not the thing I'm talking about. But I've been really wondering what projects I want to do, because sort of the reason I'm not working on a project this episode is I don't really know what I want to do, and that's what I wanted to ask you guys about. So you guys may or may not know, I do have a bunch of projects that I could work on. For instance, I have a farm area that I showed off in World Tour or something. I think it was episode 100 or something. I showed off the farm area, and I worked on it a little bit in a stream last week or something. And after working on it, I'm like, you know what? I don't really know if I want to do this. Because believe it or not, that farm area was started, the entire project was started almost exactly a year ago. I don't know what day it was, but I believe it was last July. And that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad that it's not finished by now. It's actually really bad. It should be finished by now. I mean, it's been a whole year. It should be done. But a big part of me has been saying, you know, well, should I even finish it? It has been a year since I started it, right? But at this point, I'm simply finishing it just for the sake of finishing it, and I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if you guys want to see that, or if it should just be something that I do in live streams, or even something that I just forget about and move on. I'm not entirely certain what to do about that project, and that's one of the things that's been holding me back, as well as the fact that, hold on, if we go up to my project board up here, if we go this way, all right, I do have a project board right here where I can list projects and whatnot. Let's go look at it. Okay. So villager breeding, something that's more off-camera work. Work on / finish the guardian farm. That can only start once I grind away and get rid of the entire guardian temple or ocean monument, so that's going to be a while. I could do that, but that's going to be a lot of work, and that's going to take a little while, so hopefully I can get to that. That will take a little bit of time. That we're currently working on. But a lot of this, what I have left on there is mainly off-camera work because, you know, I don't want to show some of the same stuff over and over and over again in videos because you guys have already seen it, and I don't feel like that's fair to you guys to make you sit there and watch that, or not really make you, but you know what I mean. 1.9 Winter Village, I don't think that's gonna happen. I just have a lot of projects right now, not really a lot of projects, but I'm not inspired to do that. You know what I'm saying? I did have a 1.9 area that I kind of went out and found a couple months ago whenever 1.9 came out. But I'm thinking about just making that nether tunnel that I have for it just to go to the ice spikes biome ice spikes biome that is out there. So that's what I think I'm gonna do with that. This is one I just added recently. I have to go and find a spider farm. And that's going to take a long time because I have no idea where there are any. Which I may do an exploration bit soon. And try to find as many spawners and villages and just like generated structures that I can. Hopefully that happens soon. Can we go to sleep? We'll go to sleep in a minute. But as you can see here, that's really all the projects I have on this board. Apart from this, I mean, I have the farm, but like I said, I don't really know what to do about that. You know, it's an old project. I don't know if you guys are interested in it. I'm not even really interested in it. Like I said, at this point, I'm really just doing it to finish it. Not because I really want to finish it, but because it needs to get finished kind of thing. Which I never really wanted to do in this series, but I think I've learned my lesson in the fact that I can't just do a whole bunch of projects. Yeah, maybe do one or two, but I can't have like 5 different projects going on at the same time. Each of them at different stages along the way, because I'll just forget about it and I'll never finish it. So I think I've learned my lesson there. But that's kind of the dilemma I think that's been holding me back from being one of the things, at least, that's been holding me back from becoming more consistent with this series, at least, is that, you know, there's a lot of things I could do, but number one, it takes a lot of time and it's a lot of grindy work, and I don't want to do a lot of grindy work on camera. I want to do a lot of progress, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to put out one episode, which really sucks. I mean, it's nice getting stuff done, but it's a lot of work, and if you don't work a ton on stuff all the time, things are not going to get done the way you want it to. That's what I've learned. So that kind of sucks. That really sucks. But, you know, it's part of doing Minecraft on YouTube. It's one of the reasons people quit a lot of times is because there is so much work that goes into this stuff. Even this video, for instance, this video won't be that much work, I don't think. But a lot of times videos are very time intensive, and a lot of people don't like that, so they end up stopping. Of course, I don't plan on stopping, but I can see why people stop, because there's a lot of time that goes into this, and some people don't think that there's much benefit out of it. I see a lot of benefit out of it. I really enjoy doing this, like I said, so I don't necessarily. I will put in the effort at times, but there is a lot of effort that goes into this, and some people are like, you know what? If I only have like 10 people watching, you know, what's the point, kind of thing. But you know, that's that's their thing. But back to what I was saying. I think the ways that I can there's a lot of things that I can do to kind of become more consistent. That's what I wanted to really talk about. We're gonna head over to the spawn area now. I'll work on lighting there. But I think definitely one of the things I can do to become more consistent is actually starting to record videos like a couple days before it goes out. That's something that I've kind of slipped into recently. Well, not just recently, like in general on YouTube. Over the entire time I've done it, is that I usually record a video the day before it goes out, and if you want to get a lot of progress done, it's not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. Usually it takes a lot more time and a lot more effort than you can put in one day. We're actually we'll bone meal this place up, make it look spiffy. So spiffy. Yeah, definitely starting to record episodes a couple days before, and doing all that kind of stuff. In terms of other games, I think what I can do is just be more proactive. It's something I've always kind of struggled with. Can I get this? Yeah. That's something I've always kind of struggled with on YouTube, is being proactive about things, especially collabs. Being proactive about, oh, hey, you want to record now, you want to record in, you know, a day or two. I know I'm not usually someone who says those kinds of things. I'll say something and then it'll take us like a week to actually get to it. If I do collab with somebody, so it's not really a good thing. That's one thing I really need to do, is become a lot more proactive about collabing with people, and about making sure I have videos recorded ahead of time. That's something that, like I said, I've always had an issue with, and it's something that if I can fix that, and if I can actually start recording and editing and rendering videos, you know, my goal used to be to have videos recorded, edited, or have a video recorded, edited, and uploaded the night before it goes out. And I used to be good at that, actually. I used to actually get that done. But I guess this summer, I really haven't been able to do that. I've been finishing videos the morning of. I've been editing and rendering them just in time. And I'm kind of mad at myself for doing that. Not going to lie. I am pretty mad at myself for doing that, because it's not really... If you want to run a successful YouTube channel, you can do that, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's a lot more stressful. And I don't want this YouTube thing to be any more stressful than I already make it. So that's something I think I can really fix. So hopefully there are a few tips in there for any of you guys that want to become more consistent. Those are just a few things I've learned along the ways. Of course, like I said, I'm not the biggest, the best example of this, but maybe it helped you, maybe it didn't. I don't know. That's one thing I try to do is help people. But yeah, solving my inconsistency issues is something that I'm really gonna have to work on. Something that, like I said, I've always struggled with, and if I can fix it, it's gonna make this YouTube thing a lot better and a lot more eventful and whatnot. Go over this way. Wow. I need to fix this. This is pretty bad. And we need vines. Oh, that's one thing I can do. I could make a vine farm. Then again, chopping down jungle trees kind of does the same thing. So I don't really know if that's really an issue. I guess we'll just put a bunch of bone meal all over the place now. One thing I like to do, I'm going to go back and probably do this, but one thing I like to do after I put down bone meal, if a lot of times I don't like the flowers being around here. I mean, in this area, it might be okay, but typically I don't like the flowers being in the grass. And this is a great way to get dye in case you need it for like clay or glass or any of that. Just to go around and bone meal places. If you have some different places that you want to bone meal but you don't want the flowers, just bone meal them and just pick out the flowers. And I think that's a great tip. That'll save you in the long run from having to bone meal a whole bunch or whatnot to get the kind of dye and flowers that you want. We're gonna move past this in a minute. Like, so everything out here is gonna get some flowers and stuff. It's gonna look beautiful once it's all done. Hopefully, at least. Yeah, this is already looking better. I'm glad that I decided to do this today because I'm loving this. And I'm not loving that, but hey, I'm loving this. Look at it. Look at it. Look how beautiful this is. Look at it. Even with the torches there, it looks really nice. I'm glad that I'm bone mealing this. I'm glad you guys commented about it as well. It's one of the comments I got, which is really cool. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for the episode though, guys. I know this not very much effort you would think went into this, but if you guys have any suggestions for me as to whether or not I should go back and finish old projects, and if you guys even want to go see that, let me know. Because like I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know if you guys want to see that. I don't know if I want to do it. But if you have a preference, even if you don't have a preference, just let me know what you guys think is best, and I will definitely be reading and responding to all those comments. I do that anyways to all comments, really, but especially those ones, because it's really, really helpful, and it really helps me out in more ways than you think. So yeah, if you have any preference or no preference at all, like I said, let me know, and by leaving a comment down below and all that good stuff. Can we finish this bone meal? Can we finish this bone meal? Yes, we can. Look at that. So fancy. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick a comment for today. We've actually done quite a bit. Look at this. Look how beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick a comment for today. And I guess I will see you guys when I have picked that comment. Alright, everybody. So I have today's comment. I do want to say one thing. I do apologize for the episode being so talky. I don't do these too terribly often. I do like to get a lot of progress done. But I feel like today I just needed to have a talky episode. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. But without further ado, today's comment is from a user by the name of The Race. This person commented on episode 102, now being featured on episode 103. And they said, "Hello, White. I've been watching since episode 27. I love your content, and I'm always so happy when I see a video of yours in my sub box." I'm very glad that you're happy, by the way. Comments like these are always amazing to see, so thank you. Anyways, you are my inspiration. One day I hope to join an SMP. Do you have any tips or software suggestions to record/edit? I'm loving the pathways. Lighting is a bit weird, like you said. Yeah, I removed that in the live stream. After this comment, was it? Yeah, it was around when this comment came out. Spawn is looking beautiful, and I really dig the campfire idea. Maybe a little biased as my IGN is campings, just a little bit, but I love the idea. Would be cool if you put my name on a sign or something by a campfire. Keep up the good work, keep up the good content, and as always, have a great rest of your day, campings. So thank you for the nice comment, campings. And thank you to everybody for all your amazing comments last episode. As always, you guys do an amazing job, and I love seeing your comments. But to kind of answer, the reason I picked this question is to answer the question, do you have any tips or software suggestions to record/edit? I did respond to this comment with a few suggestions. There were 3 main suggestions in terms of YouTube that I wanted to kind of put here. Consistency. Gosh, what was it? I forget what it was now. Oh, this is so bad. It was consistency, passion, and personality. The 3 things I always look for in a channel whenever I'm browsing around to find new single player channels to watch and whatnot. Because I do go out and actually actively go and find new channels to go watch that, maybe really small channels, but I really like their content. But yeah, consistency, how often they upload, even if it's, maybe if it's not the most consistent, maybe they upload one day and then they'll upload the next day and then they'll wait 2 days and they'll upload again kind of thing. Or they upload once a week kind of thing. Looking for a channel that tries their best to bring new content every couple of days is something I always look for. Passion, can I tell from their videos that they are really passionate about what they really enjoy what they do in their videos, and that they really want to make more and want to do better, that kind of thing. And then personality, showing a little bit of not just like a, hey guys, I'm here making another single player survival video, ha ha ha. Not something like that, but something like, hey guys, this is what I built. Look at this. Look, it's really cool. And adding like little tidbits here and there, just kind of show their personality. Something I always love to see. Those are, I guess, my 3 tips for YouTube in general. Although I'm not the best YouTuber to begin with, but those are just 3 things that I try to include in my videos. And then software suggestions. So when I first started YouTube, if you guys do not know this, I used 2 specific softwares for recording / editing. For recording, I used OBS. Now, it did not work well for me, as I found out later, because the recordings came out, they would, they didn't come out the best. Maybe it was because of the settings that I had. Maybe it's because just how I had things. But OBS didn't really work for me too well as a recording software. Now, OBS Studio might work for me well now, but the original OBS didn't work for me too terribly well. And then for editing, you may be surprised by this, but Windows Movie Maker was what I started out with. And trust me, if you have nothing else and you really want to have an editing software that's gonna work, Windows Movie Maker, ATLYSS. I used it for a good while before I got Sony Movie Studio, and it worked pretty well for me. So if you don't want to do things illegally, or if you don't have the money to pay for things, Windows Movie Maker for a starter YouTuber, it's not bad. It's not bad. And there are actually very professional YouTubers out there. Not, I won't say professional, but big YouTubers out there. I know of at least one that still uses Windows Movie Maker. So some of the big guys do use it. So, now this guy isn't Minecraft, but still, big YouTubers do use it. It's not that terrible of a software, in my opinion. But now I use technically 2 softwares still. I use Action, Amaryllis Action. It's what I use right now to record all my stuff. It's what I'm using to record right now. I thought about moving maybe to OBS Studio or try that out, or maybe going to DxTory or something whenever I get another hard drive, a third hard drive, because DxTory, you really need 2 hard drives for it. So I thought about trying those out, but Action's working really well for me right now, and I don't want to mess that up, so I may not do that. But then the other software that I use now, I upgraded from Sony Movie Studio to Adobe Premiere, which I can tell you, if you have the money to pay, I don't know how much it is a month, I forget now. Premiere is probably the best editing software you can get from what I've seen, and people love it. I love it. And it's an amazing editing software, and it's made things actually kind of easier for me in editing. I actually kind of enjoy editing a little bit more now that my software doesn't crash every 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I use now. But yeah, definitely starter YouTubers. I would recommend finding a free software such as OBS if it works for you, because it doesn't work for everybody, but it may work for you. So if you can, OBS is a pretty good software. And then of course editing, Windows Movie Maker. You don't really need much more than that. You can always there are ways you can get around it. So I don't know. That's just my suggestion, I guess. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.